These videos are satiric reviews. You don't have to agree, but don't bitch about it.
I hate this channel.
Hey there, I'm Social Justice Warrior Infuso, and today I'm here to talk about one of the greatest returns in all of professional wrestling history. We're of course talking about the return of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, an incredible worker with an incredibly lame name. I mean, the guy's name is actually Richard Blood. How did that not come into the equation at any point in time? The man had incredible matches against the likes of Macho Man Randy Savage, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the Great Muta, Rick Rude, Lex Luger, a pre-Stone Cold Steve Austin, and many, many others. A former Intercontinental Champion, a 4-time United States Champion, a 4-time Television Champion, a multiple-time Tag Team Champion, and NWA World Heavyweight Champion. That's quite a resume. To call the man a legend would be putting it lightly. He was iconic, and even when he wasn't in the main event, he was still stealing the show as if it belonged to him to begin with. I'm looking at you. WrestleMania 3! The guy was a star, and not one that WWE fans thought they'd ever see again. At least not in a WWE ring. But you see, in 2005, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat signed with WWE as a producer. He'd made the rare appearance on TV from time to time, like during Raw Homecoming, and in a segment on his longtime on-screen rival and colleague, Ric Flair's retirement, on an episode of Raw. He would even act as the special guest referee at house shows in main event matches. In 2009, he was inducted into his rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame. After being named as one of the classmates of that year's Hall of Fame class, he was attacked by Chris Jericho, who at the time was essentially the second coming of Randy Orton's Legend Killer gimmick. Jericho was on a crusade against all those that came before him, leading to an elimination handicap match that year at WrestleMania. A match in which Jericho was scheduled to face the likes of Roddy Piper, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, all being accompanied by Ric Flair. Behind the scenes, Jericho was initially against the idea of this match, but seemed won over after McMahon agreed to make Steamboat the final legend in the mix. When push came to shove, Jericho made quick work of the legends Jimmy Snuka and Roddy Piper, putting on, let's be nice and say less than stellar performances. But when it came down to Steamboat and Jericho, they tore the house down. Fans watched in awe as the Dragon proved that he still had it, and showed what amazing agility he still had. The guy was in terrific shape. It's always strange when a guy's in his 50s and he could work better than most of the guys half his age. He was still as mobile as ever, and watching him and Jericho work together was like fine art. This match had zero, and I repeat, zero expectation to it. And it far exceeded what anyone would imagine Ricky Steamboat was capable of in his late 50s at the time. This portion of the match entirely erased the very recent memory of Roddy Piper and Jimmy Snuka's previous performances in said match, and it showcased an interesting back and forth between the past and the present. I have never met a wrestling fan who didn't appreciate Ricky's return to the ring, and this match with Y2J. Although not initially planned, Dragon's performance impressed higher up so much that he would continue his feud with Chris Jericho at that year's Backlash. Steamboat was granted a one-on-one match against Chris Jericho at the following pay-per-view.
Mini against Ric Flair, a fellow WWE Hall of Famer. Oh, this cat and mouse game with Jericho for Jericho. Look at this! WWE title, and who will ever get ready for one of the greatest. Jericho's vintage Steamboat. A brawl, or will it become a wrestling match? Whoa. The Steamboat. Look at this! Skin in the cat. Again, and Jericho. Oh! Jericho buried 8 different times. Look at that. Oh, another knee. You have got to be. Oh my God. Quicker. For a moment. Watch it here. You got it. And this could be. Roll through. Jericho. Going for the walls. Not good. Oh! Steamboat's got the figure 4. It's locked in. I hated to have it applied. I didn't even like to apply it. It hurts both ways. Baby Jericho in. Code breaker. Oh, no. Code breaker. Good. The feel is just natural. Hit the mat for a 3 count. And Jericho caught Steamboat. No choice.
Unfortunately, again, Steamboat would come up short in the fact that he lost the match, but he'd reiterated how much a valuable asset he was to the company, even at that point in his career. And their match, without a doubt, stole the show. What makes this run so great is that Ricky got back into the ring long past his relevance expiration date, long after anybody would expect him to perform the way he once did, and he proved that he still had fight in him. It was a welcome return. He put over younger talent and he exited pleasantly. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, what a fucking legend.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. You're watching the Social Injustice Warrior V Infuso's channel, dude. So if you like the words that came out of his mouth hole, and you too want to become a V-tard, don't forget to like and subscribe, and click that little bell icon to get updates and notifications. Ooh, tell him what up, Mach. Ooh, yeah. Follow the man on Twitter, yeah, because we all know it's not stalking if it's on the internet, yeah. Join the madness by joining the Discord, and if you have a moment of time and a free $1 to spare, head over to the SIJW's Patreon, dig it, where you can request videos, get exclusive videos, and early access to content, yeah. Or go down to PayPal, where you can buy the shirts, brother. But most importantly, just remember, if you're not tuning in, then you're missing out.